Neil, before we get on to a huge game on Saturday, a reflection on last week, 2 huge wins going into this.
Yeah, no, I think, on reflection after the York game, we were disappointed with the situation we found ourselves in, which was not the fact that we'd lost the game of football to York, not at all. We were disappointed in the fact that the injuries and illnesses had come probably at the wrong time for us, and we knew the importance of trying to patch up as many as we possibly could and get as many back to full health so that we could get them out on the pitch, because we knew the importance of the Boston game Tuesday night and then the Forest Green game on Saturday. And after that York game, if someone would have offered us a 6 points, obviously we'd have snapped our hands off at that point. I thought the players were absolutely exceptional. I thought they fully deserved the 2 wins that they got, and for us to go and beat Boston at home, which we saw from Boston's result last night, I think that's their 6th win in 8 games. So for us to go and beat them, given what we went into the game with, with X amount of players probably missing, shows great character and resilience from the group. And then to take that into Forest Green at the weekend, where we fully appreciate the resources that Forest Green have got and where they are in the table. They're 2 excellent victories, but it doesn't stop there, because in this league we know that we've just got to keep churning out results as quickly as we can, as many as we can, and get as many points as we can to try and aid us in our bid to get ourselves safe as soon as possible.
Massive game Saturday. What are you expecting from them, and what's our mentality going into this one? Yeah,
look, I think both ways of looking at that is that I've watched Barnet play probably 3 or 4 times this season live, and I've watched them play a couple of times in the last 6 games. Been highly impressed with them. They're at top of the league for a reason. They have a lot of energy in their team. They work extremely hard for each other. All the fundamentals are things that you need to do to win games of football, and that's probably why they are where they are in the league. We're fully expecting it to be everything that we would imagine a derby to be. Obviously, Barnet are where they are in the league for a reason, and we expect them to come flying out the traps against us. It's something we have to be very much aware of. But how do we go into Saturday's game? We go into Saturday's game full of confidence. I've spoken about it before. Our group, when we're the very best version of ourselves, are capable of beating anybody, in my opinion. But only if we're the very best version of ourselves. And ultimately, we're going to need to be that to make sure we carry that through on Saturday. However, we're a team that thrives on confidence as well, and those 2 victories that we've had in the last 2 games gives the lads lots of belief going into Saturday, and they can't wait for it to come around.
Given their result at the weekend, do you feel that plays a part in the weekend's result?
Sometimes, when you sort of like poke the bear in a way, they've been they haven't lost a game for a long, long time, so knowing full well how they go about doing things at Barnet and how they try and get a reaction out of the group, I'm expecting that to make it more of a challenge for us, because they won't want to back up a defeat with another a poor result, so they'll be even more determined than ever. Neither team will need any incentive, given the fact that it's such a passionate derby and what it means to both sets of fans, and especially we're only concerned with what it means to Wealdstone fans, and we want to make sure that we're at our very best to make sure they understand how important it is to us as coaching staff and us as players that we can represent them as best we can on Saturday.
You mentioned the fans there. The away end is selling out pretty quickly. It's going to be a big atmosphere. They're going to be needed, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. We don't win any games of football in the National League. In any of the games we've won since I've been in the football club, there hasn't been a collective effort. Excuse me. So that's staff, players and supporters, everyone pulling together. And there's times in the game on Saturday where we will really need them. Barnet will put us under a lot of pressure at certain points, and we'll need to feel and know that we've got support behind us, and the players will need to feel that on the pitch. And if they do that, the players will thrive off the back of it, and I'm sure that together we can pull ourselves into a position where we can get a result on Saturday, and we've got to go with that positive mindset to do so.
Just a last thing on the injury situation. How's the squad shaping up with a few players out at the weekend?
Yeah, look, at the moment in time, we've had a couple of lads that have picked up little bits of knocks on the back of Saturday's game and Tuesday's game. More wear and tear than anything else. So we're hopeful that most of the players that were available at the weekend will be available again this Saturday. Some didn't train today or played a small part in training today, and we're building up nicely. So I think we'll have pretty much a fully fit squad on basis of what we had last week. We know we've got a lot of long-term injuries that are unavailable, but bearing in mind what we had available to us last week, I don't think we'll be too far away from that.